Hey guys, Rybread here. Today's video is a little different because one, where I would talk about a specific topic. The first video was me introducing myself essentially to the channel, and then the second video was me talking about how I knew I was trans, and then the third video was me talking about how I chose my name. And then the third video I had typed up a kind of script that I wanted to stick to for the most part. This video is none of those things. This video is essentially a vlog. So for those of the people that I am friends with on Facebook that are following me, actually is most of the people, I posted a status about how I went into work in girl mode today. And what that entailed was, instead of wearing my binder, I was wearing an actual bra, which I still have just in case I need for specific purposes. And I was also wearing girl jeans, which are like hip hugging, essentially tight on the thighs, whatever, accentuated what little booty I have. And normally when I would have worn those things before I realized that I identified as male, I would wear a big heavy sweatshirt over it, so that way you couldn't tell I had a chest as much. Because I do have a fairly large chest, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to bind, but anyway, so yeah, today I went into work in girl mode because, one, I thought my dysphoria was starting to fade, and I thought it would be a nifty science experiment if I saw if dressing like a girl again was going to upset my dysphoria. Newsflash, it did. But the second reason why I went into girl mode, and a bigger, more important, and should be fairly, just exaggerated, forced, I don't know the word that I want to say with it, but essentially, I found out that things were being said behind my back at work, or were being discussed about me at work. And I realized that because I'm not ready to come out yet, I'm not ready to be a topic of discussion. I'm not ready to... Yes, I know if people were talking about me before, or if people were going to talk about me, they probably talked about me before, etc., etc., etc. And, people are probably going to be more understanding than you think, and etc., etc., etc. But coming out carries certain connotations and changes at work that I'm not ready to set in motion yet. I don't want to be talked about right now. It is my biggest desire to go unnoticed as much as possible. And that's not even just at work. I have a tendency of kind of letting myself dissolve into crowds and everything because with my social anxiety, I don't want to be focused on. And that is a huge reason why I decided that I was going to go back into girl mode until I was ready to come out, until I felt I had to come out. Because finding out and realizing that people were talking about me and my binder or whatever, it made my social anxiety and my self-consciousness and everything, it made it flare up in a huge way. And I know a lot of people might not understand that, but that's the thing. I don't want to have a spotlight shown on me right now. And not only that, but I don't know if you guys know this, but being trans, not really this big accepted thing. There's bathroom bills being passed about not letting trans people use the bathrooms of their preferred gender. There's a lot of shit going on. And as somebody who is newly out just to his friends and family, It's not a beast I want to battle right now. I don't want to have to worry about what people are saying. I don't want to have to worry about just any of that right now. I know it's really cowardly, but that's the fact of the matter. Me going back into girl mode at work, dressing in girl mode, makes less waves, and it makes my life easier. Yes, the dysphoria is probably going to flare back up, and I'm not going to be a happy Ryan. But that's the fact of the matter. I need my life, I need my day-to-day at work to be easier, because that's all my social anxiety lets me have is easy. I probably don't make sense in 90% of this, but a lot of people might think that it's a bad choice for me to make, and they might be questioning me doing this, and they might think it's me, I'm gonna come out in a couple months or whatever and say, oh yeah, by the way, I don't identify as male. That's not the case. Going into work in girl mode today, it made my dysphoria flare up rather bad. I think I just became numb to the dysphoria in actuality, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not the type of person who can make waves in that type of thing. I'm the type of person who is going to make sure that they're not put into any sort of literal bodily harm. The fact of the matter is, even if people don't really understand it, it's my choice to make. So, yeah, there's what I'm going through. Have a good night, everyone.